Can't really see the picture that good. I guess it's kind of dark. All right. My name is Cliff Red Elk, and my biographical speech is on Elgin Red Elk, Comanche code talker of World War II, boxer, and also recognized war veteran. And as you can tell, we have the same last name. He's my grandfather. I know we weren't supposed to do it on our Uncle Rick or just anybody, but seeing how he is historically significant, he died before I was even born, and I attended the ceremony where they dedicated this picture and the statue in his honor. I've always wanted to research more and learn about him, and also share that information with y'all, since I am a Comanche, half Comanche, and I'm also a descendant of a code talker. Makes me very proud. All right, so we're going to discuss his enlistment, his service, and also the recognition he finally got after his service. All right, according to Code Talkers by William C. Meadows, 17 Comanche were recruited in December of 1940 and trained at Fort Benning. They came up with about 250 different military terms, took those terms basically and coded them into Comanche words, because they didn't have words for every word that they'd given them, you know. Wakari'i, which means turtle, basically was for tank, the code word for tank. They came up with Posatavo, which means crazy white man, equals Hitler. And upon arriving to at the Fort Benning and training and everything, they're often looked down upon by the other soldiers, because this was a very trying time. Before this, they were actually persecuted or punished for using their native tongue, and now they're using it to save lives. So they're having problems connecting, basically to stand out, outcasts, until they had a boxing tournament against the MPs. The local headline read, "Wild Comanches gone crazy, whipping the MPs," because they won every match except for one. That's because they didn't have a lightweight to fight in that match, so they had to forfeit one match. So they basically dominated. And after that, everybody treated them different. Yeah, they had their own table at the mess hall. They were granted special training privileges in the gym, different things like that. They became more of an asset. Normandy. According to Comanche code talker Charles Chavity Dies by Washington Post writer Joe Hawley, 14 Comanches hit the beaches of Normandy June 6, 1944. None of them were killed, but a lot of them were wounded during battle. They communicated with each other, and also the Comanches they had at headquarters, to relay locations, different places where they needed reinforcements, so the German couldn't decode it and find out where all the soldiers were and ambush them. Basically, the code was never broken. Never broken. At one time, Elgin Red Elk got separated from everybody else and surrounded by German forces. He radioed in for reinforcements, saved his whole company. Pretty good. Like I said, the code was never broken. This is the Spirit Talker. It's basically the monument at the Comanche Nation complex. I was present when they inducted this statue in honor of the Code Talkers. This is what made me want to come to do this speech about him. So they've been trained at Fort Benning. They came up with their code, which is one of the most sophisticated codes ever used by U.S. forces. Went to service, came home, but weren't really given the recognition that a normal, a war hero would normally get for all the service that they gave. The French in the state of Oklahoma actually gave them the Chevalier, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, the Chevalier Award of Merit, which is basically like a knight. The Chevalier means knight, the Knight Order of Merit. But they weren't actually recognized by the United States until October 15th of 2008, when they're given the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is a very, I think there's only like 130 total. So basically, this is Elgin Red Elk, Comanche code talker, veteran, recognized war veteran basically, and my grandfather, and I'm proud to have him, and I'm glad that I got to share all this information with y'all. And it was trying getting all the information together, because I had to go to the library, I had to dig on the internet and just keep digging, but I'm a better man knowing it all, and I'm very proud. Thank you. I need to say the least.